Hey guys, hope you're doing great. 1, 2, 3. It looks like that the sound is nice, everything is great. Welcome to the stream. GamerX, hi. Ben, hi. Hi everyone. Totally Nutters, Ben, hi. You banned me on Telegram, what the fuck? Everyone is banned on Telegram. I'm gonna open you the story. They uncover you a small secret. You still may go to my Telegram channel, go to the pinned message and read it. I'm tired already of explanations to everyone. People who think they're banned. Sound is great, yeah. Swain, hi, hi, hi. Yeah, totally another side. I like this mic more than the previous. It's the old bridge, totally new, blocked by trumpet. And then it's nice mic. Yeah, thank you, Hermosing. And what kind of the bridge, guys? What are you talking about? Are there some of the news happening? You look awesome, Ben. Estonian police expelled Russian citizen linked to FSB. Kadi from Estonia, maybe I should follow her. Is it her? What is she? She is posting some of the stuff, right? A lot of us will be getting new tariffs this week. Yeah, Trump is damn sad about NATO countries who are not participating. The new one is Gorge Bridge is being blocked by Trump on behalf of the morons. Canada, United States bridge. I see. Ukraine is supporting American military operation against Iran more than NATO countries are. We should leave NATO and start an alliance with only Ukraine. No new friends. He's moron. This Chris Capi guy. He's dumb fuck. He is stupid. Like, NATO will not participate in your stupid fucking war, which you started for no reason. Absolutely. He this is a delusional fuck. Mag test. Yeah, I know. Blue jacket, blue background is not. It's not good. I can change the background probably. Let it be. I don't know. Something like this. These assholes write, we destroyed an armored vehicle and show a video of a fire truck. Fire truck hit by... yeah. They hit... they show the fire truck and say that they destroyed the armored vehicle. -1 fire truck in Zaporizhia direction. By the way, our truck is somewhere there. We collected the funds on it. I'm not sure if it is still alright. Yes, what do you think about people such as yourself speaking out the way you do but living in Baltic states? The moment Russia crosses the border, influencers like you would be in serious danger. Am I living in Baltic states? Maybe you know more. Maybe you know more. I can tell Cappy is posting sarcasm or he's really serious about those tweets. He's a dumb fuck MAGA. He's serious about it. He's not... how to say it? He's not making fun. He's not ruffling. Yeah, they're not ruffling. That's the term of that Z generation. Yeah, thank you, Total Nutters, for reminding. Oh, Germany. Hi, Germany. So yeah, Russians hit one more fire truck. It seems like they hit many of those for the last week. I saw many of the videos. Maybe I should report about it in my videos as well. Ukraine warned the world. Authoritarian axis was forming Russia, Iran, North Korea. I think also China is here helping. Now that very same axis is coordinating attacks against the United States. And everyone is now shocked that the axis is behaving exactly like an axis. Russia is secretly providing satellite imagery and sharing drone technology to help Iran, to target the United States. But for Donald Trump, it's fine. He's saying that they're being obliterated, obliterated. We won it. Oh, Romania, hi, Valley. Not you, Dennis. People like you in the Baltics, like other influencers that report the Ukraine war. You mean Arthur Ray? Hell, then I don't know. Like it's up to them what to do. But Russia is not yet starting this full-scale military campaign, so I don't think that they will like attack tomorrow or something. I don't think it's gonna be like that. Why I don't have the comments on Twitch, guys? Who are watching me on Twitch, 13 viewers, please someone comment, please, so I would know that the chat is working. Bishop Stars, thank you. Yeah, I'm not that popular on Twitch. I wonder if this mic sounds good. I decided to check it on a stream at first, especially if you listen to me on headset. Like it gives it gives bass, it gives everything. I just used the ESSER and noise gate. That's it. And compressor on OBS. That's it. 3 adjustments, but those are not significant. Like there is no change in the voice. Hi, Davidor. Welcome to Twitch. Mic sounds fine, thank you. Yeah, this mic usually used by singers. What do we have from Tulsi Gabbard? Pretty wild to see Gabbard on a hill arguing why war with Iran is necessary. Honestly, based on her past remarks, kinda thought she stepped down at this war as this war kicks off. Yeah. What does she tell here?
The IC assesses that if a hostile regime survives, it will likely seek to begin a years-long effort to rebuild its military, missiles, and UAV forces.
Yeah.
Prior to Operation Epic Fury, the IC assesses Iran was trying to recover from the severe damage to its nuclear infrastructure sustained during the 12-day war and continued to refuse to comply with its nuclear obligations with the IAEA, refusing them access to key facilities. The IC assesses...
Yeah, so that's exactly what might happen. That's why they're interested in changing the regime. Ryan Davinder, hi. I would learn German if that was the only requirement to get into Switzerland. I hate guns. I'm okay with guns if they are used by proper people. She looks like Cruella de Vil. Yeah, there were some of the memes with Marco Rubio, how he dressed right like Tulsi Gabbard, because people forecast that she might resign after her deputy said that he is like he is not just he was not how to say it in English. He not just resigned yesterday, but he did it in protest way, saying that there is the conspiracy inside the White House that America is under the influence. So for that's high. So I expected also Tulsi Gabbard to say the same shit, but she said differently. She now says that the war in Iran is good. And before she stated exactly opposite. Before Donald Trump was elected.
Okay.
Bukhanka challenge. Put it on a hill. Push. Here, electronic warfare, yeah, on top, everything is... Come on, you can do it, Russians. Fuck. The second army in the world, come on. Poor engine, poor clutch. This is the off-road car, by the way. You see they have shotguns. This rifle here is the shotgun. Anti-drone warfare. Rainhorn, howdy.
О, Децл, блядь.
It looks like not steep climb, but it is. It is a steep climb here on this hill. Later on it was fine for them. That is how they move on the front lines. Suggesting his influence in the more era becoming journalists compared to the old media, but perhaps living in the areas that are close to Russia. Huh? How should these people be worried? How do you feel about it? It's a topic. But this is your channel, I get, that's all. How should these people be worried? For now, I don't see an imminent threat for Baltic states, so they are staying there and that's it. And they will take their own decision, make their own decision if Russia attacks them. To leave, to stay, to do whatever. I think that Artur Rayleigh, for example, he is not active, but maybe retired military guy. Maybe they're gonna hire him once again. I mean, draft to the army. I think he's in the reserve, so yeah. Seems like they need Bukhankas with all... Bukhankas are all-wheel drive. All of them there are. They're 4x4 vehicles. They're off-road. They are off-road. I wonder what also today is happening. Oh, Russians made an AI slope parodying DLSS 5. They made like a parody on that.
I can't believe you made it.
To the mansion, huh?
Yes, come on.
This was made by standard AI with no DLSS 5 because it's not yet been released, but that's how they say games would look like. I actually had this car. This was my first car. Zhiguli VAZ 2101. Later on it was named Lada. And this is Priora, Lada Priora. Niva vehicle.
Here we have white.
I think they just filmed a random... Or maybe this is all AI generated.
Black.
Was.
Puerto Rican. Make yourself at home.
Classic Russia. Zilfridge. This is, wow. Maybe it's outside Moscow. Of course it's outside Moscow. This is too depressing. And it's not possible. Like they have hot dogs. Where is shawarma? They say shawarma, but there is no shawarma. And why a Slavic guy is here? They should have, if it is a shawarma, it's not possible to have a Slavic guy here. Maybe I'm gonna make myself lower here. Red GTA, yeah. GTA Z, yeah. Thank you, current talk. How?
You think you out the car, man? I'm gonna crush you.
This is really like GTA. I wonder how they made it. Because it looks exactly like in Russia. Especially this one. Jeez.
You wait.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they have less Ladas like this. They have absolutely less of the Soviet-made cars now. Mostly those are Western-made or China-made. And you may see how AI is still messing up with the names. Names and hands and... Oh, this is Volga. Lada Samara. But as for the vehicles, I would say it's very real. Looks real. Oh, this is Saint Petersburg. This is Saint Petersburg. DLSS 5 will look much better than this. Future of the neural rendering will let developers, modders, and players configure anything in the game. This time using AI video model. Reimagining GTA 4 in Russia. Gives you a feel about how DLSS 5 might look like. Well, DLSS 5 is a little different. It will not generate models, so you still have to make models. Just different skins could be. But still, cars, you cannot change the cars with the DLSS 5. It's a misunderstanding of what is DLSS really is. All 445 flights at Berlin-Brandenburg Airport have been cancelled today, affecting 57,000 passengers after the Verdi Service Workers Union began a full daily strike. In ongoing pay dispute. Berlin-Brandenburg Airport is one of the Germany's major hubs, serving around 25 million passengers annually. Negotiating higher wages for 2,000 employees, including staff in the fire department, air traffic control, and terminal management. Ooh, people are writing. See, the Datsun 510 was the better looking Econobox. I just finished a Tolkien of the book. I see Hurimelsi. What a surprise, Germans on strike. Yeah, Germans, French, they are on strike. It's Europe. Hate being sick. Are you sick now? Anakin. Hi, Mike Flood. How are you doing? The Russians are performing human safari in Kherson. Really, Russian drone hunts a target down an empty street, spots a volunteer vehicle and strikes. Civilian medicals, police, volunteers all threatened as targets. But Lighthouse of what? Charity Foundation, you see, was hit. Lighthouse of Charity Fund was hit by the drone. Yeah, of course, vehicle is no go. A van belonging to the White Angels. It's the different. Van belonged to the White Angels evacuation unit was damaged by. It's the different case. In Mezhova, That's, I think, Dnipropetrovsk, yeah. Dnipropetrovsk Oblast evacuation unit was damaged by a Russian. Hopefully everyone is survived that. Yeah, so recently Russians opened the safari on the Ukrainian fire tracks, Lighthouse of Revival. I see. Thank you, Raintorn. Thanks for videos, updates. Yeah, MacFlow, thank you for watching. About to head to work, just wanted to pop up and say thanks for... Thank you, Crusty Gold. Thank you. Is this the American NGO? Maybe. Oh yeah, IRGC makes the stuff as Israelis did before. IRGC has issued evacuation warning for oil facilities in Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE, saying that the strike is imminent. Oh shit. They definitely target, and if we check out this image, it looks like it was already damaged. Russia is planning large-scale resettlement of its citizens to the occupied territories of Ukraine, with more than 100,000 Russians expected to be relocated there. Jeez. Eastern Zaporizhia is turning blue as Ukraine pushes forward. Eastern Zaporizhia is shifting with blue, spreading across the map as Russian forces are pushed back towards the swamp. Swamp, it's the Russian Federation. Each new gain is a reminder that Moscow cannot hold what is claimed to be under control. Yeah, it's like this. What do they say here about... Oh, they're so ugly, I mean.
On a truth that was sent out earlier today, 7:22 a.m. Eastern Time. I wonder what would happen if we, quote, finished off what's left of the Iranian terror state and let the countries that use it, we don't, be responsible for the so-called strait. That would get some of our non-responsive allies in gear and fast, President DJT. Has there been any movement overnight on behalf of our allies that has softened their position about going through the Strait of Hormuz?
Not overnight, but the president and his team, especially Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Rubio, continue to be in touch with their counterparts in Europe and, of course, our allies in the Arab and Gulf region to step up and do more to help the United States in securing the Strait of Hormuz. This is to their benefit, more so than it is to the benefit of the United States. Thanks to President Trump, we are a net exporter of energy. We don't need the Strait of Hormuz for our energy here at home. For the American people, of course, we want the strait to be open for the global oil market and to stabilize prices and bring them down again. And we have options the military has options to continue doing that. But the president is right to call on our allies to step up to do more. You know.
So he has the cognitive dissonance. I mean, this Donald Trump and his team. They started the war. He said about it openly on a press conference that they did not expect for Iran to strike all of the nearby countries. They did not expect for Iran to close the Hormuz Strait. And yeah, no one could have predicted. Then journalists and everyone was saying that it is the #1 actually variant for Iran to blackmail the entire world economy if it is getting attacked by Israel and the United States. And the thing that they're talking about, okay, we don't need this oil from the Hormuz Strait for the United States. We have our own oil for our citizens. It doesn't matter that you're not hit by this this situation, because the the oil, which is going from UAE, from Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq, it's been sold via petrodollar system. So it's been sold for United States dollar. If it is gone, it is gone. It means that the dollar itself is weaker, and it's the exit, let's say, of the petrodollar system that Iran wants to start. Iran also, they're saying that they're gonna let those tankers go who are trading oil for Chinese yuan. Those will go. For petrodollar, no. But they're saying like this. Caroline Lewitt, Donald Trump says that it doesn't matter for us. We started this madness. We don't know how to finish it. So Europe and Asian countries, please join this madness. And, we need to share responsibility for this chaos. But it will not work. It's not possible to unblock the Strait of Hormuz, even with the United States military. Basically, it's the trap. Let me explain. Yeah, sorry, guys, I'll go to the comments. Just stand by, okay? You can write. I'll scroll up later. I just need to go to the Strait of Hormuz on Google Maps. So you might ask, the United States, they have so much military, lots of the ships and everything. They might go with their fleet here, but if you go there with the ships, you basically trap your navy in a very small congestion area, also with lots of the civilian tankers. So what's the use? It's better to operate from the further distance using aviation, but Iran is using small boats, drone boats that Donald Trump says do not exist. And they attack all of those commercial ships which they want to attack. And you cannot just deploy your navy there and be successful, because your ships will be also under attack. They will be trapped. You'll put your ships into the trap if you go here to this Persian Gulf or to the Strait of Hormuz. So there is no option. And Donald Trump is in desperate because there is no way out from the situation, no visible at least. And he's calling European allies or Asian allies to join just to share responsibility for this failed operation, to tell it's not America, it's those countries, they should have blocked it. They didn't do a thing, but we are the mighty force. We destroyed all of those ranchers and we killed Khamenei, etc. Yeah. So it's up to them to finish this thing. But that's the main part. Who is controlling the Strait of Hormuz controls this entire region. And 20% of the world oil and gas export. So there is no way out from what I say. Only deploy ground troops, but not on this Hark Island. It should be done massively to Iran with heavy casualties, and that's the only way, because all of this coastline could be used by Iran. It's not just the Strait of Hormuz. Iran may launch ships or drone boats from further distance from here. So you need to take control over entire coastline of Iran. And this is a hostile environment with lots of those mountains. And every sort of the place like that is the perfect one for the ambush of the United States or allied forces. So this is the dead end of this operation. No one may predict how it might develop, but initial forecast that it will go as it go. Fuel prices and oil prices will go up. Some of the crises in some of the Asian countries will be, especially in the Asian countries. For Europe, it will also touch Europe, but not that much. After all, Europe was exporting, I think, 2% of the oil from this part. Yeah, from this especially. Gas will touch Europe. Yeah, gas. Not the oil. So yeah, that's the situation we are facing. Allies, please hold the line, then our own government won't. Yeah, and this is an assault operation I mean, an attack operation which was started by Donald Trump. So it's not a defensive one for Donald Trump to call NATO allies to protect America. America is an aggressor here. So then there is the only narrow channels that the large tankers can go through because the Strait of Hormuz is shallow as well. Yeah. It's like, I think, 3 kilometers wide. Awesome Toaster, thank you for the steaks. Thank you. Ranker Sarah, this would be never-ending story. Yeah, it looks like it. I expect it to be kind of long. He will go now and he will go later, and the longer he waits, the worse it will get for everyone. Yeah. I think Donald Trump will not exit this war, at least right now. And doing today, I'm doing nice, Mark. And you? This is why Britain was so keen on protecting Gibraltar and Suez Canal to avoid this situation. Yeah. But there are no such, Islamic republics, crazy fanatics as Iran in Gibraltar. And in Suez, well, Egypt, it's more or less okay. But Iran, yeah, it's not okay. And it may start to... It already started to kaboom everything around. It means the United States started it, but can we allow terroristic regimes to just coexist and do deals with them? I think that's also a problem, and international law needs adjustments. Yeah, international law do not exist any longer. It's been cancelled. Only force matters now. Putin started all of that, the cancellation of this international law, and Trump continued. I don't know, I don't see the way out, honestly. But I don't see victory for the United States and Iran. There's no justification for that. Yeah, the war has been started without congressional approval, so, yeah. This is good for green energy. People realize how fragile oil and gas markets, yeah. Especially when USA is ruled by a madman, yeah. World War III says we won Intersveda. Maybe. It's really great that Europeans are still committed to not buying Russian oil. Well, they're still buying, actually, Russian oil, but they are committed to cancel buying it. They're not increasing purchasing, at least. Hormuz is 54 kilometers wide. Really? I don't think so. But we may... How to measure the distance? I think there is some sort of the tool of how to measure the distance here. Share location. Oh, measure distance. I can measure distance. Come on. Can I cancel it? Measure distance. Yeah, 50 kilometers. Something like that. But the part where ships might go is this smaller part. It's like, I don't know, someone say 3 kilometers, but I'm not sure. USA thought they were strong enough to conclude things quickly, but now they're only arrived at the dead end very quickly. Yeah. I also think like this. The reason the Great Lakes can be dammed is because they're too large. The very phones we all have in our pockets will be there up doing what? How could he just stroll and plunge so many countries into chaos? I don't know. It's hard to say why. Well, it was motivated, I think, by Israel mostly. And maybe Saudi Arabia as well, as Wall Street Journal says. Taylor Greene, former Congresswoman. Heartbreaking, this is what we thought MAGA was going to end. We believed Trump would end it because he told us he would. This is Trump's new MAGA, and I want nothing to do with it. Pray for troops because Trump is sacrificing them for Israel. And that's some of the coffin arriving to American soil. Yep. Taylor Greene. I think there is the civil war inside MAGA. I think it's like this war is definitely the start of collapse of MAGA, of Donald Trump, of everything of that. This story with this air carrier USS Ford is now leaving combat after a major fire broke out the last week, injuring 200 sailors and knocking out about 100 sleeping quarters. It took 30 hours to fully control the blaze. Iran claimed they struck the aircraft carrier. The United States damage is non-combat related. Not sure what to believe anymore. Well, I think it wasn't a hit. I think it was like some of the internal instability. I think I retweeted this article yesterday. Yeah, from Austin Defender. United States carrier Gerald Ford is expected to return to Saudi naval base in Crete, it's Greece, next week from its current position in the northern Red Sea, following a recent fire which caused serious damage to some areas of the ship and left over 600 sailors and crew members without proper beds. The Ford will return to Crete for refueling, but also refueling? Well, maybe for airplane refueling. Yeah, they need jet fuel. But also for an investigation into the large fire that broke out on board in the vessel on March the 12th. With investigators probing the possibility that the fire was deliberately caused by crew members to terminate their extended mission, according to the source who spoke to a Greek daily newspaper, Kathy Marini. So was it that sabotage from the sailors themselves? Everything could be. They don't want to fight for someone, maybe, after all. Well, that's the loss, I would say. The biggest. So now they have one air carrier left, and one more is coming. I think after the fire broke out, they decided just to rotate the air carriers. So they sent one more. And this one is coming to Crete base for a known period of time. There was the problem also. Yeah, see you, Betsy. There was the problem with toilet before, with the toilets. They were clogged. I think we can put it here. Air carrier toilet. I think we'll see. Yeah, this was join the Navy, they say. It's China Pulse, but this is legit. I mean, this is legit information. Oh, my Google, sometimes it's not working. Why? Yeah, world's largest aircraft carrier Ford en route to the Middle East is facing widespread system issues. With numerous blocked toilets across the vessel, it has 650 on-board toilets, but a significant number are currently out of service. So at first, toilets were clogged, later on, fire on board. Something is not going according to plan. I think she's just greedy and she goes where she can make money through Kartoffel. Yeah, you mean Tulsi Gabbard? Yeah, it's like that. But it's good that she's in opposition to Donald Trump. It's like breaking Donald Trump's party, MAGA, from inside. It was only a soldier smoking like every time. Yeah, of course. Going to Crete to secret all of the poop pipes, yeah. I never understood why cruise liners and other ships always seem to have plumbing problems. I don't know. Sometimes airplanes also have those. Shit happens. Literally. This is fun. You know this book Art of War, and someone parodied Donald Trump here. You can't lose if you don't have a goal. Don't sue. You cannot lose if you don't have the goal. You have just the way. His goals are always changing, you know. First to dismantle the regime, then to dismantle military, then to... Now it's opening the Hormuz Strait that wasn't closed before the special military operation. You cannot lose if you don't have a goal. Nice. That's hilarious. Yeah. That's funny. I was going, to record a separate video today about Iran, but probably I'm gonna put all together, as usual, update from Ukraine, and for the last part, update from Iran. I watched Jake's bro video yesterday, and I think he dedicates now more time for Iran than for Ukraine, like judging on the time he spends discussing the issues. No problem with sticking to a plan if you don't have one. Yeah. I didn't miss the stream coming out of the shower, head mid-shower. No, it's fine. Trump is known as the nation builder in China. Did you know? What do you eat today, Denys? Well, today I ate a salad and 3 crab steaks. Crab steaks. It's basically a fish, ripe like a crab. They call it crab steaks. Just for some protein. I know it's kind of chemical, but salad and crab steaks. And some of the blueberry. That's it. And strawberry. That's what I ate today. And in the evening, probably I'll eat something else. Yesterday, I ordered an Indian food. Indian food, it's like lamb with rice. Lamb rice and tomato soup. And I ate it yesterday all the day. So it was like one portion, but I extended it for all the day. That sounds good. Yeah. Steam, not stream. I see. Jake is doing a truck fundraiser already this week, raised over $500,000. Yeah. Ever been to Lithuania? Yeah, been to Lithuania many times. mostly for the flight training. Oh, sorry, for simulator training. For proficiency checks. We went there many of the times. What is this? President Trump has issued a 60-day waiver temporary, suspending the Jones Act, a long-standing shipping law that requires the transport of the goods between American ports to be conducted by American-flagged vessels. With the waiver allowing vital resources like oil, natural gas, fertilizers, and coal to flow freely into the United States for 2 months in an attempt by the White House to stabilize oil markets amid the Iran war. They're panicking. They're making some of the extra measures. I watched YouTube on the console so I can make comments. Awesome looking jig. Yeah, thank you. We eat lots of the duck here. You can get roast duck. Oh, yeah. We bought duck today. So my wife likes duck. I'm not sure. It smells for me. So it should be cooked. Like, the fat is special for the duck, you know. I like duck, but sometimes. Why do you speak English? Why do you speak English do great? I don't know. My English is average. I have low vocabulary, not many words. Like what I have in my head, I cannot fully articulate with my English vocabulary. Temporary suspension of the Jones Act is nearly pointless. It takes too long for vessels to reroute to the United States ports. Ah, I see. Denys Donald Duck. Yeah, Donald Duck. Gotta eat Donald Duck. While testifying today in front of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Director of the National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard contradicted claims made by Israel and Trump administration both prior and since the launch of the strike operation against Iran, stating that Iran's nuclear enrichment program had been obliterated in last year's Operation Midnight Hammer, and that the intelligence community assessed that has been no attempts to resume enrichment activity by Tehran. Gabbard further states that it is not the job of the intelligence community to determine what isn't the imminent threat, but instead the job of the president. So president may say like it's imminent threat, and if there is, well, this is big, yeah. So they say that there were attempts to restore the nuclear program. She says no, but still she cannot determine whether it was an imminent threat or not, because it's Donald Trump's thing to determine it.
Under the law, you are responsible for providing national intelligence to the president, correct?
Yes.
And to the heads of executive branch departments and agencies, yes?
Yes.
And to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and senior military commanders?
Across the IC, yes.
And to the Senate and the House and relevant committees, correct?
Yes.
And the law states that the national intelligence you provide to Congress, quote, should be timely, objective, and independent of political considerations, correct?
Yes.
And you noted in your opening statement you're here fulfilling a statutory responsibility and that your testimony, quote, represents the IC's assessment of threats,
That's right.
correct? That opening statement, as submitted to the committee in advance of this hearing, stated that as a result of last summer's airstrikes, quote, Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And is that in fact the assessment of the intelligence community?
Yes.
So the assessment of the intelligence community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated by last summer's airstrikes.
Yes.
In the opening statement you submitted to the committee last night also stated, quote, there has been no effort since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability, end quote, correct?
That's right.
And that's the assessment of the intelligence community.
Yes.
The White House stated on March 1st of this year that this war was launched and was, quote, a military campaign to eliminate the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, end quote. That's a statement from the White House. Quote, the imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime. Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was an imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime?
The intelligence community assessed that Iran maintained the intention to rebuild and to continue to grow their nuclear enrichment capability.
Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, yes or no?
Senator, the only person who can determine what is and is not an imminent threat is the president.
False.
And
This
he
is the
made that
worldwide. This is the
determination.
worldwide threats hearing where you present to Congress national intelligence, timely, objective, and independent of political considerations. You've stated today that the intelligence community's assessment is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated and that, quote, there had been no efforts since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability. Was it the intelligence community's assessment that nevertheless, despite this obliteration, there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime? Yes or no?
It is not the intelligence community's responsibility to determine what is and is not an imminent threat.
Okay.
That is up to
Here's
the
the
president
problem.
based on a volume
No,
of
it is
information
precisely
that he receives.
it is precisely your responsibility to determine what constitutes a threat to the United States. This is the worldwide threats hearing.
Yeah, she fucked up, and Donny fucked up. But now we know more, you know? Before there were the statements that they tried to renew the program. But in her report, in the report of this intelligence service, yeah, they stated that it was obliterated and no intention was to... so at least there were no actual actions to restore the nuclear program, but she said that there were intentions, like, yeah, Iran always want to have it, to have the nukes, but this is something new. This is something really new, and I guess they cornered those guys, yeah? So I'm gonna repost
Under the law, you are...
I reposted on my Twitter just some interesting information. For example, from Mossad Defender, that's the new one released 8 minutes ago. So, and Trump, so there is no physical attempt to renew, yeah, nuclear program. It was obliterated. Nevertheless, Trump sees it as the imminent threat for the United States, nuclear threat. Interesting. Well, I think after all, that Iran was going to restore the nuclear program. Maybe the assessment is not correct from the Tulsi Gabbard. Maybe they wanted to present Donald Trump to what he wants to hear. I am not sure. But something tells me that the nuclear program was not obliterated. I mean, it wouldn't be Donald Dumbass making assessment on even food. He is fat. He eats well-done steaks with ketchup. Well, ketchup is not that, has low calories from all of the sauces. I think ketchup has the lowest. But, yeah. And steak is also okay. Lots of the proteins, yeah, some of the calories, but carbs. Carbs and fat, that is what gives a real thing to the weight. Putin is still trying to find something for Trump to say. Yep. They should have shown evidence for the world to see. Yeah, she has to quit. Trump has thrown her under the bus. She can become vice president under Tucker. Yeah, I also heard that Tucker Carlson wants to run for president. I also heard that. Ketchup on steak. Yeah, I usually put ketchup near the steak. Serve with potato, cooked duck, and seasoned with paprika. I like banana ketchup. Tulsi is about a real person as J.D. Vance. As real a person as J.D. Vance. Why do you devolve to MAGA type insults? Huh? What do you mean? Carbs are converted to sugar easily. Yeah. According to the Israeli officials who spoke to Axios this morning, strikes by Israeli Air Force against natural gas processing plant in southern Iran was coordinated with an approved by Trump's administration. And approved by Trump's administration. Despite President Trump having previously objected to Israel's strikes against oil depots and other energy infrastructure in Tehran. It is not known if these strikes were also coordinated with other nations in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, whose oil gas facilities will likely suffer the most from potential retaliation from the attack by India. Iran already published that they will retaliate against oil storages of those Gulf countries. JD is the master of grifting. Yeah. This is crazy what is happening, guys. And it's not going down. I mean, the scale of the escalation. Every day, more strikes. Oil is going up. After this Israeli strikes, it also went up. Oh, J.D. Vance, we spoke about. Vice President J.D. Vance is set to visit Hungary in the coming days, as Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban is set to ramp up his re-election campaign. Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah, hopefully Orban is not going to be elected. He is a close ally of Trump's regime, and my neighbors are shouting again. Yeah, there's actual fire happening. Reports of the strikes this morning against energy infrastructure associated with South Pars natural gas field in Bushehr province of southern Iran by Israel and or the United States. Such strikes represent yet another major escalation in Iran war, with Iran having previously threatened to attack oil and gas pipelines as well as another infrastructure in countries across the Middle East if its energy facilities were targeted by the United States or Israel. Yeah, here we have some of the smoke coming from that facility, and the fuel prices and the oil prices are going up. My neighbors they're crazy. They have so many kids, across the nearby building, and they're shouting all the day. Do you hear kids? I heard them so well. You heard it? Okay. Because this microphone, it is used for the stage, for the singers. So it has a good rejection, so they're very, very loud out there. Jeez, I will close the window for now. Yeah, they're crazy. Those kids. They're the craziest screaming kids I have ever seen and heard in my life. Good mic. Yeah, with this mic, I don't need to ramp up my voice because it's so sensitive, so I can get closer to it and it pictures like all of the frequencies. And it's after all Neumann. They have the best microphones out there. I think so. No, it's a good microphone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to this one. There's this separate shock mount I bought for it, but it fits it's perfectly. Camera doesn't want to focus on the mic, even then I close my face. So the shock mount is reducing, then I use my keyboard. The sound is not like this loud. And yeah, in general, if I move it around or something, without the shock mount, it could be different, but the shock mount is okay. This circle, I like it. And the shock mount is very cheap. It's like $7 or $10, I don't remember. But I'm surprised that it's made out of metal and the quality is great. It really fits it. So today I'm gonna record first video on this mic. Yeah, a little bit addiction with mics, but it's the present. I didn't buy this mic, but it fits nice. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot stated at the Europe 2026 conference in Berlin that Canada could one day join the European Union. Do we have Canadians in a chat? Would you like to join the European Union? I think JD Vance will have a heart attack. I live next to a historic home that was turned into a museum. They have events there constantly, and people park on my lawn and ruin my grass. Oh fuck, this is bad. Awesome toaster. My neighbors have kids that constantly scream outside. Then they are playing not normal happy stuff, more like anger and yelling. Yeah, the same here. It's like not playing, they're like like they make it for special. Like wow. I think one kid is something wrong with him because he's like always screaming. I mean, he's probably sick mentally. Hopefully Orban will be gone. Yeah. Swap Hungary for Canada. Yeah. Hungary for Canada. Good exchange. Would love for Canada to be EU. We Canadians and EU love each other. We're extremely similar people. In fact, I prefer them more than most of our allied. Yeah, I understand you. Totally not ours. Yeah, I think like there will be the boost of cooperation, coordination between Canada and the European Union if that continues. I mean, this policy of Donald Trump, isolationist and listen, technical, also good analysis from them. A number of Middle East oil and gas facilities have evacuated after Iran threatened wild retaliation for Israel's strike on the South Pars gas field today, Bloomberg. So they evacuate the personnel. I wonder if they're really capable to hit Aramco some ref. With this, they can reach easily by drones, Shahed drones. But for that one, it's, I think, But no, Shahed drones, they have like 2,000 kilometers of the range, especially with Giran modification. Russians are sending new antennas. Those antennas are called Kometa. By the way, they were made on the factory which been destroyed by Ukraine recently. 1 week ago, or maybe 5 days ago, Ukraine destroyed Kremny L, where those Kometa control blocks were made, and those are prone to jamming and everything. So Russia will be in lack of those kind of the tools. Also in Kremny L, Russia was producing radars, components for sophisticated variants of the Russian radars like S-350, S-400, and it was definitely advanced production. So Russians were even capable to spot stealth aircraft with this S-400 radar, Triumph. Well, not any longer. Well, they still have those radars, but components, spare parts. The facility is gone. It's been ruined by Storm Shadow missiles. At least 5 went into this facility. That one was crucial for Russia, and I don't understand why Russians haven't protected it. There was the very poor air defense. They let Ukrainian drone to fly there to film what was, and it's like 100 kilometers away from Ukraine, at least, Bryansk itself, yeah, this city where the facility was located. So the defense was really poor. And the Ukrainian drone, it was not the optics, like, zoom camera or something. No, the drone overflown the entire city and filmed it from the northern perspective. So for sure, it's the air defense fault of the Russian Federation. And later on, the Russian propagandists, they were crying about it, telling that, why have you posted these videos, Russians? You should be prosecuted. Russian propaganda itself, they were not okay with Russians posting those videos and complaining about the strikes and the poor air defense operation. And Russia lost Kremny L. Well, they have one more facility, but the second biggest was lost. So now there is only one facility that is producing similar kind of the components. However, less, yeah. In general, they'll produce less of the parts, and they need now more parts because Ukraine is canceling those air defense systems left and right, especially in occupied regions of Donbass, of Crimea. I don't think the United States is going to change much. The states are just set in their ways, mental inbreeding. Special assembling Shahed isn't rocket science. Well, with the proper spare parts, which are advanced, you can make good Shahed drones, prompt to interception and electronic warfare. And it is already confirmed that Russia supplied spare parts. So here we have it. Russia is sharing satellite imagery and drone technology with Iran. While Trump is desperate for Russian oil, Russia is helping Iran kill American troops. This article, I think, was from Wall Street Journal. I think so. I'm not sure, but it was posted today. So it was, they referred to intelligence information. But for Trump, everything is okay. Everything is nice. Oh, Russians are... Okay, Russians are putting Wi-Fi bridges. 2 of them. Poor tree. This tree is not, doesn't look really robust. Do they hear the drone flying towards them? They're too busy in doing this. Probably they saw the drone at the very, very last moment, and it's too late. One more video was published yesterday. Come on, this melody's crazy. This guy saw the drone, but again, it was too late. So they're using high trees to put modem or Wi-Fi bridges, yeah? That's how they want to have some of the connections. Internet. The new microphone looks nice, and Neumann really very good quality. Yeah, Stephanie, it's really nice. But it's way smaller than my previous one. It's like 2 times smaller, but with this shock mount, it's a little bigger. I think here we have more S's sounds, but I just don't need to speak directly to the mic, maybe a little bit aside, and S sounds will be less. So you need to have with this one a microphone technique, yeah, because it's more sensitive. It's a little bit more complicated than Shure SM7B that doesn't care. This one really cares about th sounds, about p sounds. So you have to basically place it a little bit aside, like I did. Silo, yeah. And I have like, you know, this gap between the front teeth, and then I say S. If I'm not controlling the sound, like my S's are whistling really hard. So I need to control, to think about it, especially with this mic, but it's fine. But the plus for it that I don't need to scream, like it's very sensitive, so that's good. I can murmur, and it's not so harsh for my throat and vocal cords, yeah. So I'm less tired speaking. Yeah, we have from the NOIL reports that Russian forces, and actually Magyar himself, he reported about it with a big article. So Russian forces launched coordinated assault under the fog on March 17-18 across the Dobrapilya, Pokrovsk, and Gulyapolia sections in Donetsk and Zaporizhia regions, according to Unmanned Systems Forces Commander Robert Brovdy. The attacks involved infantry, armor, and motorcycles across multiple axes, but resulted in over 800 casualties under sustained Ukrainian drone strikes. And Magyar Jaga, yeah. He wrote kind of the big article about it. And I'm gonna tell about it in today's video. Oh, Iran launches drone strikes. Okay, Iran launches a drone and missile attack on Riyadh, while Saudi Arabia said it has intercepted 4 ballistic missiles aimed to the capital. So there are some of the strikes. Isoptwin, hi, thank you for super chat. Hello from the United States, Dennis. Do you think the Kremlin has a spy inside the Trump's administration, or do they have compromising intel, like for example Epstein files against Trump? They're threatening him to leave the energy sanctions. I'm not sure. Isoptwin. Well, I have this kind of the logical conclusion that probably they might have something on Trump, and I say about it in my videos, but I don't have proofs. It's like, you know, believing in Putin's doubles. Yeah, logically there could be some doubles, but we don't have the evidence. So we also do not have the evidence that Trump is affiliated with Kremlin. You know, this Krasnov theory that became quite popular. I don't believe in Krasnov theory, but I think that maybe Russia has something on Trump, because Putin is well supported by Trump. No matter what he does, Trump always likes Putin, but it could be his own personal goal to make a friendship with the Russian Federation against China. Maybe. I'm not sure, but it could be also like that. Once again, thank you for your awesome support. Isoptwin, you also asked about spies, yeah? So in the White House administration, there was the guy, or he is maybe there. I forgot his name. Who was responsible for the personnel? It's like HR manager. White House. Malta. He's from Malta. HR Trump. Yeah, this guy. Sergei Gore. Sergei Gore, born as Sergei Grokovsky, Russian, is an American businessman and politician. He has served as the United States ambassador to India since 2026. So he was born in Malta, but his parents are from Russia. And there was the article, I think, from maybe Wall Street Journal about him, that he could be affiliated with the Russian FSB. Graduated from George Washington University, so he has a good education. And he somehow became very close to Donald Trump, to this MAGA movement. And he also gathered lots of the funds for the Trump's campaign. And he, because of this, he was like, he became very close to Trump's team, and they put him as United States Special Envoy for the South and Central Asian Affairs, Director of the White House Presidential Personnel Office. So it's like HR, yeah, Personnel Office, who is also responsible for selecting personnel. So people say that he is the spy, Russian spy, in the White House, in MAGA, Donald Trump's circle. Because his, like, people speculate that his parents are working for FSB. And he himself too. His resume reads like long-term deep cover agent. Yeah. What are your thoughts? Is it possible that the United States and Ukraine can outpace Russia drones production, offering an opportunity, outpace Russia drone production, offering an opportunity for summer offensive? Ukraine will not go, I think, on any sort of the big offensive operations. Those are quite limited. But they, like, Ukrainian forces might go deeper to reach Surovikin line maximum. But we are not speaking about repelling Russian forces completely. Still, Russia has more of the resources. They also have drones. So at least for this year, it's early to say. Russia just cannot, like, the situation for Ukrainian successful major counteroffensive should be for Russia not be able to sustain its army in Ukraine. That should be the real thing. And only under those conditions, Ukraine could be successful. I honestly think Trump just loves authoritarian leaders, and he mad about getting impeached over Ukraine shakedown. Also could be, yeah, he is like this. He is making decisions based on his own guts. That is what he said himself. So what is inside his head, he lives in his own bubble, in his own universe, it matters. And sometimes we see those illogical decisions, but those could be logical for Donald Trump at the moment. And he's getting older. I think he's mentally impaired already. So he might think one thing today, but totally other tomorrow. That's what may explain his strange behavior. Ukraine can only deplete Russia's soldier supply. Hey, how is your jacket called? Could I find one? Let me check. I forgot the name of it. You can pause the stream and read some sort of the Legend Motors. It's the French jacket. Oh no, it's made in Pakistan, but the company is French. Yeah. Sheep leather. That's it. and it's like Steve McQueen series. Steve McQueen. This is from Le Mans Racing. Yeah, Le Mans, Steve McQueen, something like this. Even younger Donny was a mess. Yeah, younger Donny was a mess. Indeed. Did the zoo do some ops against Belarus, like some electronic... I don't know. I heard that Belarus, they were using some of the drone transmitters, but I'm not sure if Ukraine dealt with that. Atish partisans disable a locomotive near occupied Simferopol, Crimea, disturbing a key rail supplying Russian forces fighting in Zaporizhia and blocking planned air supply. Well, Atish, they're burning sometimes something, but their attacks, they're not massive, let's say. No sound? Yeah, one locomotive was burned down. Yeah, one of the trains. Those attacks or sabotage attacks, yeah, or operation behind the front line could be done by those people who were called by Ukrainian military intelligence usually. So they have been promised either money or solving their issues with the debts. Usually it's happening like this. In Russia as well. Russians also using the same technique, same tactics. To go to Ukrainians who are in desperate for the money and everything of that. What we have from Gerashenko, Russia plans to strengthen the protection of its shipping, including the deployment of the protective measures on vessels. And their escort by Navy ships, Putin aide Nikolai Patrushev said. The possibility of providing escorts for Russian flag ships using mobile arm units is being considered. The deployment of the special protective measures. What are those? Like, you cannot 100% protect your boats, come on. We are increasingly observing the political, diplomatic, and legal measures do not always work effectively to counter the campaign against Russian shipping launched by the West. They want to protect their vessels from what? From being detained by police? If new threats emerge from the European countries, we will develop additional measures, Patrushev said. I wonder if the sea waters which jurisdiction will not escort take place. Old video of Ukraine naval drones destroy Russian vessels. Yeah, that's the military. Ship was kaputted. Big landing ship was downed. I mean, they are threatening to deploy some of the military component on their commercial vessels or military. I didn't understand from this article. Wholesome toaster, I don't know. Honestly, I think Trump just loves authoritarian leaders and he is mad about getting impeached over... yeah, I wrote that comment. Svetka, vodka, Irish vodka... Baron looks too Russian to beat Denys. There will be Russian ships there. Maybe Ukraine can send some help. Was it the St. Patrick's Day yesterday? Oh, Jesus Christ. Russians went on assault on motorcycles in the Hrishina area for the first time in 3 months. Oh shit, probably I cannot... Well, maybe we can watch it, alright? At least at some point. Oh! That's the big... What have they done to this bike? I mean, the bike was hit or them. I think the bike was hit. Yeah, they were running away, but the bike was hit. Probably everything was hit altogether. Boom! Here comes the boom! Here comes the boom! Ready or not? So many kabooms. Booms, kabooms. Luckily they're blurring everything for YouTube. Awesome. Nice. So there was the attack, right? At the same time, Russia made a planned attempt to break through the Mirnograd area with the help of 2 MTLBs. They also burned down. Awesome. That's nice. Lots of the fireworks, yeah. It was, but that's just a drinking holiday for us. I see. Awesome toaster. Are you an Irish? Are you from Ireland? Poor motorcycle. China bikes are not the most robust. Yeah, Hawk. Hello, by the way, Hawk. Yeah, it was St. Paddy's Day, and then it's a watch bone dog saints. I see. The Russians keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. Yeah. Should have been shown on the Russian TV. Never ever they will show it. Maybe after regime change they might do it. But not right now. Iraq started exporting oil through Turkey in an effort to avoid the majority closed Strait of Hormuz, causing oil prices to sink. However, analysts say that the respite, what is this word, will likely only be temporary, and the conflict in the Middle East has yet to see an off-ramp. So maybe there is some of the pipeline. There are strong ties between Celts and Bohemia, and many Celts left Bohemia back in the day. The Ireland Bohemia is named Boli Celtic tribe. Oh. Always wonder how many Russians are aware of these drone videos. Well, those Russians who monitor even the Russian military channels, they are aware. A short period of the rest of relief from something difficult or unpleasant. Well, no, I don't know my heritage. I see. Awesome toaster. I think that Russians know, those who are interested in a war, they know the picture. But at the same time, Russia is doing everything to block Telegram. As for yesterday, there were reports that Telegram was not working for 80% of Russians. So they're tightening the knots almost every day. And that's hilarious, because even the Russian propaganda guys who were very loyal to Putin, they're now in confrontation with Putin, with the current regime, because they see that it's not going well. It doesn't mean that they're good. They just want Russia to succeed in Ukraine as well. But they don't like the way how Putin does it, so they start to blame Putin. And one of the Russian propagandists, I forgot his name, he wrote a very big article, and I think he will be caputed very soon. Windowed, or I don't know, something will get wrong with him. It's 100%, because he accused Putin of everything. He called him a war criminal, but before he was working for this propaganda campaign, because before he was like even more than Solovyov, propaganda oriented, calling for deaths, for everything. And now he changed his Vector 180, and before people thought that his account was hacked, but later he recorded his own video from the car. I think this circle video, you know, on Telegram, it's also possible to record that one in a messenger, yeah, circle video, where he say, no, my account wasn't blocked, it's me, and I really hate Putin now, and he should be dismissed. Interesting. What's his name? I think Maxim Katz filmed today video about him. Do I have Katz in my subscribers? No. There's the Russian oppositioner. Yeah, Ilya Remeslo, that's the name. He's too loud. Ilya Remeslo. Let's try to search his name here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Ilya Remeslo.
Друзья, всем добрый день. Я так почитал комментарии к моему посту. Все там пишут мне, тебя что, взломали?
Yeah, everyone is writing, I've been hacked or something.
Меня не взломали.
No, I wasn't hacked.
Писал я все сам.
I wrote everything myself.
То есть тут двух мнений быть не может.
There are no two opinions.
И я удивлен такой реакцией бурной. У нас что, представляете, до чего мы дошли? Что уже даже критика президента просто такая умеренная, на мой взгляд.
And he's shocked because, like, I just criticized the president, and so what?
Я ведь не призывал никаким насильственным действиям.
He wasn't calling for any sort of the violence.
И так далее, да. Исключительно в рамках закона. Она порождает вот такую странную реакцию бурную.
So he's like saying that it's his. So the war in Ukraine started like a police operation. The war took already 1 up to 2 million casualties. In 2013, I supported the annexation of Crimea. He said not the annexation, but connection of Crimea to Russia, because it was not a bloody one. We all thought that Putin is he will unite Russian soil or Russian lands, and now we came to meet attacks and the manual and the fake, and how Russia fakes everything to make people sign the contract with the Russian army and many others. The mess happening inside the Russian army will be confirmed by any kind of the SMO participant. It's the dead end war, huge losses. It may go for the next 5-10 years. Are you ready for it? No one is calling for the war with Russia. But now war goes just because of complexes of Putin. Complexes means he's unsecured and the war is happening because of Putin. We, usual citizens, are not getting any profit from it. We are only losing. Second, what he said, there is the huge loss of the economic of the Russian economy and citizens, of money lost. So he says about why he doesn't like the Russian government any longer. Third one is like strengthening restrictions on internet and media. Fourth is that Putin is in power for a very long time. Fifth, Putin doesn't respect his own people and he doesn't want to hurt them. The conclusion, Vladimir Putin is not a legitimate president. Vladimir Putin should go and resign and prosecuted as the war criminal and thief. Hail to freedom. God damn. Just imagine what will happen to that guy. Also, he added later on, after he recorded this video, he added one more, the sixth point why he doesn't like Putin and Russian regime is because Putin likes treasures. He likes this luxury style of life, those castles and everything. He's like nuts, you know. So probably he will be gone. I mean, this guy, but he was a nuclear Russian propagandist. You know, it's like similar to Major Taylor Greene, who was supported Donald Trump a lot, and later on blames MAGA and Trump now. So it's the similar stuff, but the circumstances for Taylor Greene is basically nothing. Yeah, she resigned from the Congress, but this guy, you understand what it might happen to him. But he's not a good guy. I mean, he still wants to make Russia great, Russian peace and everything of that. Let's have you check the game Brass Rain. It's Rainstream. Brass Rain. No, I will Google Brass Rain. So it is so out loud, and he was one of the main Russian propagandists. He had like a grain support.
Hi, I'm David Webb. I'm the narrator and head of Yarn Hub, and what you're looking at right now is recordings from our recent playtests for different types of machines, so you'll see different quality between some of the shots. The plan is with Brass Rain
is the Second World War or what?
As well, which is working together in tanks. And
looks like a battlefield. Ooh. Yeah, looks nice. Similar to Call of Duty or Battlefield. Sherman tank. Oh, we can fight for Germans or what? Is it the first game where you can fight for Germans? For Nazis? Really? Because I don't remember the game where you can fight for those. Or maybe you are the spy, you know. Tail gunner. Wishlist now. Planned release December 2026. It's not yet out. Well, I'm gonna add it to the wish list, but yeah, it's not something that will be released soon. Yeah, reminds Call of Duty actually more. I can't surf anymore. What? Looks cool, yeah, and it looks nice. So yeah, this guy, Ilya Remeslo, he is crazy. Ilya Remeslo, he's done, I mean. He was responsible for one, he is a lawyer, and he did everything to open the criminal case on Navalny. He was involved directly in blackmailing Navalny and opening one of the criminal cases. Later on, Navalny was charged with that. And now he's like 180 degrees turn against Putin, you know? It's crazy. It's like someone hacked his brain. I think they had access site on return to Castle Wolfenstein. Ah. No, in Wolfenstein, I think you played for some of the spy still. No? Burn Race is fam YouTube. What? Yeah, risky at all. Yes, the 2000s game, 2 sides in multiplayer. I see. It's older game before the single player. I played Return to Castle, I really like it. I haven't played the new Wolfenstein. Could be counter spy, perhaps. I think he is not a spy because he exposed himself just like that. Like, it's the, suicide coming up like a suicider. So he will be either jailed or kaputted. Before he was like saying something not okay towards Ahmad army. Like, he is the Z propagandist, right? And before he stated, "Oh, you are stuck in this convoy in a traffic jam in Rostov Oblast. You lost Kursk, blah blah blah," and he had to apologize later on directly to Abtialudinov, who is the commander of the Ahmad army. This Ilyari Meslom. And now he is arguing on Putin. Yeah, lots of the news about him. I'm guessing then you would not understand the Charlie Don't Serve reference. No, I am out of it. I don't understand that. You might microphone you hell out of there. What? Company of Heroes 3 is out. Great game. Aden is ready for upcoming multiverse. What is the multiverse? Is it the game on Steam? Multiverse on... Is it... What is that? Free to play, mixed reviews. It looks cringy, honestly. I think I will not play it. Maybe, I'm not sure, but what is this? Single player? We need to microphone the bud out of USA. We need to get Hawk on the same plane. Hello, all headed out for a hike. Oh, have a good hike, Richard. Yeah, hiking is great. See you around. It's an older game before the single player. I see. Interesting. Moldovan government presented a document in Brussels on a gradual reintegration of Transnistrian region. The plan developed in February defines the main stages of principles of restoring the country's unity exclusively by peaceful means. The key requirements for successful return of the left bank of Chisinau, control the full demilitarization and democratization of the region. I still wonder why there is no military action. It's quite simple, you know. But, yeah, maybe to avoid civilian casualties or something. Ukraine could help with that, but maybe they see differently. Then it's like the game you played once with the little guys using rope with the switches. Yeah, it's like, are we there yet? Yeah, it was fun. Isn't that older? Yeah. Now there is the ecological disaster in Moldova because Russia hit Ukrainian hydroelectric power plant and some of the fuel somehow went inside the river. And it's not usable any longer, and that's the main water artery for Moldova. So they are suffering now. What about the military map? Well, it's similar to what it is yesterday. Yeah, it was confirmed that Ukraine gained more territories. Novokalaivka and Novahorivka. Russians actually tried to go to Novahorivka, but were not successful. Ukraine's plan to cut off Russia's frontline troops is working. Old kill zone, new kill zone. Well, still, this kill zone is not with FPV drones mainly, but with vampire drones, with the drone drops, or FP1, FP2 drones. It's kind of rarely then standard FPV drones are flying that far away. 50 kilometers, yeah, but here it's like not massively, let's say. Massively, it's still like 20 kilometers. The new kill zone is 150, but occasionally. Some of the hub centers, supplies, storages, everything of that is being kaputted with FP1, FP2, but not with the standard drones, usually. How do the Russian soldiers stay in Transnistria? I don't know, they went there before the war, maybe. I think maybe there even some of the agreement with Moldova to rotate those, I'm not sure. But roughly 3,000 of the Russian soldiers, as they call them, peacekeepers in Moldova. Are the North Koreans still making a significant impact on the front lines? No, they're not fighting any longer, but they're in Russia, we know it. Several thousands of North Koreans, they trained in the Russian camps, but they're not taking part in military action. Big suggestion, please start with your map zoomed out. I've been watching you almost every day since the beginning, but I still get confused. I know your audience will engage better. Oh, okay. Good advice, actually, yeah. Because, yeah, I think it's better. Like, let's go. This is Ukraine, entire front lines. We're gonna zoom into this direction and then speak about that particular direction. I think, yeah, that's the good advice you gave to me. Because for me, it's like understandable. Yeah, I'm speaking about it every day, but for some, it could not be really that vivid. Yeah. That was fun to watch. Frukatov, and what are you telling? Ah, you mean RV is there yet? Yeah, it was. I think I'm gonna return to that one. I need just to play it with someone, but how to play? By the way, today we have the record. Minus 1,710 Russian soldiers for 1 day. And it's not KA, It's all together. I read there yet. Oh, I see. So it's the biggest number since the start of 2026. And we know why already, because Magyar reported that Russians went on attack and they were cut. Yeah, the number is crazy. Then is to expand your reach, have you considered Substack? There is some other content creators that you might agree to co-create with. We mean cooperate? What is Substack? Substack. What the hell is this? Get the app, C9. How popular is Elon Musk? Home. The interface is kind of strange. A little bit looks like Twitter. I wonder if there is the limit, because I wanted to go to the blue sky. I actually have my blue sky, but I'm not posting there because there is the limit for the number of the letters, the number of the files, the size of the files, which is basically absent on Twitter, on X. Subscriptions, chat. Oh, you have chat even. Explore. Oh, okay. Is Jake Bro here? Or maybe you can go Ukraine. Okay. Oh, Jake Bro is here. Oh, 3,300 subscribers he has. Well, he publishes parts of the videos. Well, he is out there, yeah. Nice. Maybe I should go there as well. If he has 3,300 subscribers, that's already a lot. I also registered on Facebook, but I think I need to create my own group. Not my account on Facebook, but the group on Facebook. Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, Facebook. That's Jake Bro. I'm on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Spotify. I think Jake is also on Spotify because he recommended me Spotify. Substack. Is it something new or something old? And then have you tried Paradox games like Crusader, King or Stellaris? They're great games, very intelligent. I mentioned because you said in another video that you don't find games so enjoyable anymore. Maybe they don't challenge you enough. No, they challenge me enough. They just look the same. Sometimes they're really challenging. Crusader Kings 3. Okay. It's like Civilization or something. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll try. Thank you for telling me. And Stellaris, what is Stellaris? I used to play Ukrainian Cossacks when I was really young. Stellaris is similar kind of, yeah. Oh, it looks beautiful. Reviews are mixed, I don't know. English reviews very positive.
Even after an epic victory.
I like more like those sci-fi games. 2016, ooh, it's the old game. 10 years. Check out Heart of Iron 4. Hearts of Iron 4. Okay, you already like suggested, at least 2 of the subscribers and followers suggested that. Hearts of Iron 4. And someone is streaming it right now. Interesting. Okay.
Are reportedly under attack.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll try to play it on a stream. I need to finish freaking Resident Evil, because I'm like very slow in playing that. Maybe this night I'm gonna start one more stream to play Resident Evil, I'm not sure. Thanks for turning me into the Jake bro. You're checked out any of the Paul Warburg? Yeah, Paul Warburg is great. I saw between Paul Warburg is nice, and I saw his videos, and that's why I started to film some of my videos outside. You know, it's fun. He's like this inspiration. I saw that, wow, this guy is just speaking, you know, without any sort of the reference to the news or without any sort of the screen like I do, just speaking, and he has lots of the views. Worldwide do not do .net. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Thank you so much. It's likely we will see Russia order another massive mobilization in the coming months. Maybe, we'll see. Now they are trying to hire students. Substack has one big problem. I was thinking of writing there with monetization, but the issue is that then my address would be shown to all that pays. So I noped pretty quickly out them. Your address is shown to every donator? That's crazy. You mean email address or your physical address, Dream Maker? If you want to roleplay Trump, check out Mr. Donald. It's an indie game mocking Trump. Really? Oh shit. Also, I just want to play multiplayer with my friends. Now I've played BG3, Slay the Spire 2. Oh, Slay the Spire. This game is fucking addictive. Like I play it all the time, you know. Then I listen to some of the other YouTubers and analysts. I put on my headset, I start Slay the Spire 2, and I play it, and I listen to the news, for example, or something, some analytics, and I play this game, and like simultaneously, you know. Marvel Rivals and Peak. I haven't played many single-player games. I see Wholesome Toaster. I also like Arc Raiders. It's my favorite game of the last year, probably still my favorite for the many years. But I would like to try a single player if they will release it, someday. I think they're in lack of the story behind the Arc Raiders. It's fun to play in the multiplayer, but it's gonna be boring, and it's getting boring at some time. So much fun, like we're messing around, and I drew a tic-tac-toe board, and we just start playing tic-tac-toe. Hearts of Iron is also made by Paradox, so it's similar. I see. If anyone wants to send an SS sticker, you get blocked, change your VPN to your home currently, and work just Huh? You mean super chat? Thank you, Worldwide Donut. Yeah, Jake Bro has a Substack. Maybe I should also be there. I am not sure. But I don't want to show my actual address. Oh, one of the Shahid is flying to Poland. Poland near Ustyluk. Ustyluk, that's the checkpoint near the border. It was reported by Insider. One of the unmanned aircraft was flying to Poland. Well, maybe it will turn, but it's very close to the border. Sean Penn or Sean Penn? How it's to say properly in English? He visits Ukraine. Why this guy is there? Yermak, what are you doing? Yermak? Is Yermak still in the... Is Yermak still there? Why Yermak is there? Why this guy is there? Ukraine was... he went to 157 Separate Motorized Brigade. Donetsk direction. Why Yermak is here? What he has to do with Sean Penn? Is Yermak still has the influence? That's bad. Arcadis looks too modern for extraction game. Jenkins of Tarkov is better sustained to this game. Yeah, I also tried Marathon. It has some of the unique setting, but I don't know. YouTube blocks the currency if you're not in the right country. Hey. Trying to find some of the news. Well, there are some of the news. I just want to find out what is the top news to start the video with. Also, Russians are complaining to break through to Dobropilya, the command. That's the translation, basically. To break through Dobropilya, the command would have to reinforce the central group, which is already limited in its scope of action due to a shortage of personnel and disturbed logistics. 51A needs to restore the combat capability of its forward unit, and its ability to attack on board front is extremely limited. 2A, what is 2A? 2A is the event of reaching the south and approach Dobropilya. At the cost of heavy losses would also require measures to restore combat capabilities. Maybe Second Army 2A. At the present moment of the offensive by the center group of the forces in Dobropilya does not seem feasible. From an operation point of view, the main priority remains the Slaviansk-Kramatorsk direction, where the outcome of the summer offensive will be decided. An attempt to encircle and storm Dobropilya would require significant time and materials cost from us, which would be more effectively used in operations against Slaviansk and Kramatorsk. In particular, on the Krasnoyarsk, Slaviansk, and Konstantinovsk direction. Well, they have their own names, actually. Krasnoyarsk is I think it's a different one. The formation of the strike forces has not yet been completed, and all resources should be concentrated there. The offensive lost momentum. There is no strategic breakthrough. Success are coming at too high cost. The situation at the front from the Russian side ensured they're screwed, and they admit it. Nice. Dobropila, that's the same direction, yeah. Situation continues to be stable. Russian casualties remain very high. While moving the groups of 2-4, no armor is observed. Indeed, an increase in the Russian infantry quality is observed. Their movements are more controlled and planned than before, but they are still unable to reach Ukrainian positions before getting struck and destroyed by FPVs, so for now this is not worrying. The territory is open, and this together with a lot of the drones gives the Ukrainian a good kill zone. Yeah, Russians before tried to move. They actually were successful, reaching Zoloty Kolodets, but were pushed by Ukrainian fire brigades, we call them Azov, and not only. I played on solo and duo, but I'd get on some official service, some vibes, yeah. Second Army, yeah. Shin Pen spent a lot of time doing aid work in Haiti. After the earthquake, he had to wear a 45. Yeah, he's a nice guy. And he won Oscar just at the last ceremony, yeah? And he went to Ukraine. He didn't attend the ceremony where he was victorious. He won that trophy, yeah. Telegram fights back in Russia. Telegram proxies are currently launching a counterattack against Roskomnadzor censorship infrastructure, flooding its filters with the junk data and overloading them to a critical state. As a result, not only is Telegram suffering, but is also a host of other services, including those the authorities had intended to leave alone. Consequently, services disruption are being observed nationwide, affecting platforms that were never targeted or blocked, such as websites of Roskomnadzor itself, whitelist websites, certain government services, and occasionally even Vkontakte, the main Russian social platform, like Facebook. An interesting side effect has emerged in several regions. WhatsApp, specifically voice and video calls, has suddenly sprung back to life. This occurred because the technical means of the countering threat system temporarily erased up on certain filters. An attempt to cope, however, imperfectly, with a massive primary role generated by Telegram. This is currently one of the most widely discussed instances on technical trolling directed by Roskomnadzor. Okay, so Telegram tries to fight back, and there is the disruption of the services in Russia. Bloomberg reports that multiple oil gas facilities, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and United Arab Emirates have been evacuated. Yeah, we heard those before. Yeah. Yeah, I need probably to record the video right now. Hungary doesn't even want to be in EU, right? I think people of Hungary, they want to be the members of EU. It's Orban that messes up with everything. Right, guys, I gonna go. I need to record the video on the main channel. And thank you so much for participation. And just tell me, is the sound better with this? Or no? Or before maybe it was better? What do you think? Sounds good. Yeah, hi Robert. I'm already saying goodbye. Sorry. It's been like 2 hours, 10 minutes stream and I need to record the video. I'm already late for it, but it's alright. I think I'll spend a couple of hours for recording video, then editing video. Sounds good? Okay. Loved it, Mike. Thank you so much, Total and others. Thank you, guys. Well, I wish you all, guys, a peaceful sky, wherever you are, and ciao.